Yes, we have microphone. Ah, it's all going wrong again. Oh dear. Excuse me, hair. It's a bit of a bad hair day. I ought to wear a hat, really. Are we live though? Are we live? Because there's been issues behind the scenes again. Always issues. Always issues. God, look at the state of me. I look like I've been dragged through the edge backwards. Right, how we doing? See, and here. Excellent. You got to push lots of buttons on this thing. I haven't eaten my lunch yet, so apologies if I'm munching away here, but I would have the noisiest lunch on the planet as well. Right, who have we got in? Who have we got in? So I had to start a little bit later, and I do have to leave a bit earlier because I still haven't finished what I was doing. I've got some number plates I'm supposed to be putting on the car before I can start work tomorrow. So I do have to leave a little bit earlier today, people. I'm later starting and earlier finishing. What sort of show is this, eh? So Aaron's in. Hope you all remember to put your clocks forward. I woke up this morning totally oblivious to it, till I come down and looked at my phone, and it was a bit of a shock. Tim's in. Hi Tim, and Chris is in. Joe's in. Anthony. Cold, stormy. It's lovely here today. I'm taking advantage of the weather and trying to get the car sorted out. Danish, how you doing, Paul? Jump into the rain locker. Cheers. Hi Nick. Nick's in. Who else is in? James Farley. Hi James from New Jersey. David Tack. Hi David. That's me just setting up. Angel Radio. Never heard of that one, James. Bob Anderson. Hi Bob. Tom and Susie, winter's still hanging on. Oh, well, I think summer's on the way for us at long last. Who else have we got in? Ricardo's in. Hi, Ricardo. Benji's been hacking the hydrangeas. You wrecked the car. Oh, you almost wrecked the car, Tom. Oh, go careful. Derek Taffman's in. Hi, Derek. Dave Rhodes. Hi, Dave. Filthy Taylor. Welcome, Filthy. Bill's in, Battery Maker. Good morning to you, Bill. Doing one of my faves. Yeah, no, this is my favourite radio of all time, really. I bought this one in to restore for a certain gentleman over the pond, and he requested one of these, and I don't blame him. It took me a while before I found one that I was happy with, and I'm hoping that it's okay. I've not even took it out of the box yet. It's still sealed, so you'll be unboxing it with me. And we got evidence if anything's wrong with it, haven't we? If it's been beaten up, we're going to be doing it live. Harvey's in. Not feeling too well. Sorry about that. You've been having stress with your neighbour now, Harvey, have you? Wow. So yes, the Hacker Super Sovereign. Dates wise, it's got to be 70s, isn't it? Is it 70s? I haven't looked up the dates on it yet. Bit naughty of me. Poor preparation and all that. I managed to get the Yaesu back together this week. So that one will be headed back out once I've given it a test. I still haven't had a chance to give it a decent test yet. Oh, right, let's get this living great box up on the bench. Just cut my address off of it first, shall we? Just in case anyone wants to send me hate mail. That's that taken care of. Everybody's out cutting their lawns and that today. Ooh, presents, fragile. Whole bench taken up, job. I've even got room for my lunch. I still haven't had. I may have mentioned that. Mrs. Cruncher will be on my case. Right, let me just change over to this one. That was a quick change, wasn't it? Rubbish. Ads again, that's good, Benji. It's helping pay for the channel. That's good. We've got to love the ads. Right, now let's have a look. I've got to go back to that one, put that one on. I'm going to make that smaller. No, it hasn't made that smaller, has it? No, I need to make this one smaller. That's better. No, I don't want that, I want that. I'll get there. I'll get there in a minute. So you've got two pictures in a picture. Ah, there we are. Wow. Not sure exactly what's going on with the cameras there, but hopefully you can see now anyway. Let's get this open. Thought I'd do this live. Plus, ain't really a chance to unpack it. Seems to be mentally busy with everything at the moment. Right. Looks like a pretty good packing job so far. I do like the old shrink wrap on stuff. It does give the parcel a little bit more protection. It can hide a multitude of sins as well, of course. Let's get my skinny beer out of the way. Cool, we've done a proper job with this one, look. Flipping heck. We got polystyrene and all in here. Hell. Well, someone's taken a lot of care packing that. I don't think they've done what you need to do on this is tuck something underneath the handle, but I think we've got so much other stuff in here that even got a mains leadlet. Random. Okay. Yeah. This is a big old radio. It's one of those radios. It's got pretty much everything you could pretty much want in a radio. It's it looks good, it sounds good, it's got lots of bands to play with, and would have cost an arm and a leg when it was new, I'm sure. Did we ever guess at the year for this one? God, someone's really done a job on this one, packing it up, which is great news. More packing, less problems. Oh, Still going with bubble wrap. We're nearly there. Oh wow, that is a beauty. Oh, God, what a beast of a radio. What a beast of a radio. Right, let's get the light and cameras sorted out in a minute, because you can't see it because I got my massive great head in the way. I gotta turn this mouse on. I keep trying to use the mouse and it's not working because it's not switched on, strangely enough. Right, let's make me a bit smaller up in the corner. That's better. Right, okay, we're getting there. So if you haven't got a Super Sovereign, then you need one. You need one, really. It is a bit of a beast of a radio, isn't it? It's absolutely chock-a-block with bits and pieces. So let me just catch up with the chat a minute. Multi's in, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there as well. Sadly, my mother's no longer with us, but not to say she's not remembered. It is pretty good, Bob. It's pretty good. It's a little tiny bit of rubbing on the off, but not anything worth touching. It is looking absolutely brilliant. Right, let me get you in a bit closer on the top panel. We can have a nosy. Let's just say we got a little bit of rubbing on the off there. Look. Now the problem with these radios is all of this text gets rubbed off over time. This one looks pretty good. There's a little bit of rubbing here. The anodizing's just got a bit worn for some reason. So we got a little battery check and signal meter on this one as well. You've got a little S meter built into the top. We've got the royal warrant there on top, by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, manufacturers of radio receivers, Hacker Radio Limited, Maidenhead, England. It's a nice thing to have on a radio. All of the station markers appear to be there. In fact, we got more than we should, I think. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 9 in total. So we've got bass and treble, 2 shortwave bands, medium wave, long wave, FM, ISM, which is interstation muting, and what that does is if you push that button down, it quietens the band in between stations on FM, so you don't get all that hash noise that you get when you tune through the bands. So you push that down, it totally cuts out the hash, which is a nice little feature, really. And AFC, obviously, automatic frequency control. Band spread is really for fine tuning in shortwave mode. Then we've got an AM tuning dial, which is moving, an FM tuning dial, which is also moving. And the thing about the MB version is we have on the top here got an extra little feature, which is an antenna tuner. Now that helps an awful lot. If you've got the non-MB version, which is just a battery radio, it hasn't got the antenna tuner on it. So if you're looking to buy one of these, I would sort of go for the one with the antenna tuner if you can get one. They don't come up as often as the other ones, but the other one's still a nice radio. But this has got the mains built into it. The other one, you've got to use a VP408 adapter So we have got the, a bit of a sticky, we have got the mains socket there. Our back grill is in place. And at the top we've got some extra sockets. We've got a headphone socket, tape socket, AM and FM external aerials. So all in all, it's a very nice radio. Stephen Hall, how you doing, mate? Nothing much on medium wave. You need a medium wave transmitter, really. And then you can put whatever you want on medium wave. That's the way to go. Bizarre, how are you, mate? A pre-selector, yeah. I bet it was a fortune, Stephen, wasn't it? What's that, Bill? If you need one, you got a pack of them in advance somewhere, and how much? What's that? 1974, thanks, Aaron. You prefer wearing nothing, Danish? Glass slinging, Afternoon, Derek Cooper. Apologies for drinking, but I'm really thirsty. I'm just going to dip me water, then I've got a skinny beer to try. So, what have we got? We've got a weird plug on the end of this. A weird plug, so I'm going to have to whip that one off. What did I do with that lead? Did I throw it on the floor, or? It was here a second ago, wasn't it? Ah, there it is. I don't know what sort of plug that is. I mean, that looks to me like the one that goes in the back of the Bush DAC 90. 240 volts, 5 amps. 230 volts, 5 amps even. That's got to come off of there. And I shall leave it without a plug. Let's just take this off a minute. I'm just unscrewing this. Then I'll get the old quick tester out. Put those back. I don't know what this would have been plugged into, with a plug like that on the end of it. Is that a European plug? It's not even a European plug, is it, that one? Made in England, whatever it is. Let's get you in for a close-up on that, because I'm sure you'd like to see it. Bit of an unusual plug. So say it looks like the one for the DAC 90. Yeah, strange. Martin's in. Hi Martin, how are you? Expert on vintage Braun power amps. Interesting. Ah, the mouse is now connected. You stood at school at 74. Yeah, I would have been 10 years old, Stephen. It's an extension lead plug, Anthony's saying. Extension lead plug. I know. I think I know what sort of thing you mean, but yeah, you have one of those extension lead connector. So there's another one that mates up with this one. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, we get 240 volts on our outlets, Tom. How about that? I mean, this would outdate the radio, I would have thought. This is a sort of thing from the 60s. So someone's gone to start that on. Anyway, we've got we've got a black black positive on this lead as well. Look, how strange. How bizarre. Shall we even bother with that lead? Shall we just chuck a different one on? Let's just put a different one on for the time being. Save me messing about with different colour wires and that. It'll go over the water without a plug on it. So let's plug it into my Variac. 3 amp fuse, power on, let's wind it back. So do we think this is going to work? Let's better have a look in the back of it first, don't we? Better have a look in the back first. We might not have anything inside it. We don't know. Oh, it has. It's got all the business inside. The business. So we've got the original battery tray, which is a nice thing to have. Which doesn't actually look like it's ever been used. Which is a good thing, because these do get very brittle. You can see the battery connectors just pushed in the side there. Nice. Just leave that in there because I always forget to put that bit back in, you know. I've sent these radios out before without that in. And my other favourite thing is the R707. Send them out without the battery bar in them. You know, the little bit of wood that holds the batteries in. That's forever not sending them. I've had to post a couple of them out separately. I blame the age. Okay, so we've got a very nice looking radio inside. Absolutely, there's not even any dust in it. I don't need to do a lot to this one. So we've got amplifier here, look. We've got the amplifier. We've got the RF board up in underneath. Can't remember which is the IF and amplifier boards in these. That's the audio. Yeah, it's looking very good. Ferrite's in one piece. That's a whopping great ferrite rod in these as well. Look at the size of that ferrite. That's gotta be. It's got to be a good 10 inches, if not more. So it was inspected and packed by WH. Raw released for packing. Final inspection. All looking very good, and it smells of old radio as well, which is very nice. It smells of the 70s. That 70s smell. It needs a good clean. So I think this is just going to work perfectly, and all we need to do is box it up and send it straight on out. So let's put it on FM. Stick the aerial up. That's another thing that we haven't checked, is the aerial. It did look like it had a good aerial on it, and it has got a perfect aerial, which is great news, because these are rare beasts. It's only 2 core, Chris. 2 core, mate. So, what do we think? It's on FM. Let's put it on something that we know. Let's go for 100. Let's put AFC in. So that should be classic FM. So what do we think? Is it going to work or not? Don, how you doing, mate? Pie Man. Brute and a pint of mild. Welcome, Pie Man. Thank you, Chris. I tell you, this chat, it won't let me chat for some reason. Apparently I've got to sign in to chat. I've got to sign in to chat. I'm not signed in. What? How can I not be signed in? How do I sign in on here? Is it in settings? Must be something wrong with it, you reckon, Don? I tell you, you need one of these in your life, Don, really. Let's get rid of me a minute. And let's start winding up the Variac. What about that? Jesus. It didn't like being wound up gently, did it? That was a dodgy volume switch. Rob Head, how are you, mate?
Also injured, there's a worry not enough medical supplies are getting. I really feel that
So much about. It's my son, and I love him. Staying with me, that's the end of it.
In the next few days, you will be subpoenaed, Mr. Kramer. If that's what she has to do, Joanna will take this to court.
I'll see her there.
So what do we do next?
Well, Joanna has asked that the court overlook her original decision.
Is this the Archers?
She claims her decision was made under the mental anguish of an onerous marriage.
For crying out loud.
She says she's now well and in employment and settled in New York. As the boy's natural mother, she asked that she be granted
And the
custody.
cat with it,
So
do I
what
Joe?
we now need to do is answer this petition and argue that custody should not be disturbed.
Will that work?
I think it's unlikely, since the judge has already allowed the papers to
That
proceed.
frightened the bejesus out of me,
Hearing
I'll
will be
tell you.
inevitable.
What should I expect?
The custody hearing will be similar to a trial, Ted. There'll be an adversary proceeding conducted before a judge. Will be awarded.
games are underway, including Leicester City.
Yeah, ISM needs adjusting. The whole point of the ISM is that you don't get that hiss in between channels like that. Easy enough to adjust though. Right, let's try some of the other bands. See if it's working right the way across. Let's try medium wave. That sounds a bit too quiet for my liking. Yeah, that's dead as a dodo, as is long wave. I suspect that's just the switch bank, I hope. Ah, we have a bit of action. We have lots of interference from something. It's probably that. Maybe that. That's most of it. We should have radio 4. So we have got some servicing work to do. Right, let's get that out of there. Turn that off for a minute. We've got some servicing work to do, so let's make a start. As I say, I'm not going to spend a long time on this one today. I just want to make a start on it and get it underway, really. So 2 screws on the bottom, one up there, just out of shot. Nice camera work, Graham. One up there, a little screw cup on it. There's my little plastic tub. One down the bottom. Back off. Let's put that out of the way. Now let me have a think on this. That one can stay in. Got to take the, I said the parcel shelf out then, but I've got to take the amplifier shelf out. Come on, let it go. And we have to take the power supply off. Remember to connect that up when we test it in a minute, otherwise it won't work. And that should now, if we're lucky, come out. There you go. How about that for service friendly then? That is a doddle, isn't it? Whew. How are we doing for time? Yeah, I don't know why I'm not signed in. I am signed in to YouTube, but maybe I'm not signed in on this. I am, of course I'm signed in. I don't know what's going on. Make sure I am signed in. Yeah, I'm signed in. So I need to sign in on OBS, don't I, somehow? Yeah, not sure how to do that. Shame there isn't a 110 winding on the transformer. No, I don't think there is. I'm going to carry on eating my lunch here a minute. I've got a bit of cheese now, so that won't annoy you. Baby Belle. Still on this fancy diet at the moment. Seem to be losing a bit of weight, but nothing fast really. That's great. Oh dear. Oh no, wrong one. No. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. What's going on? Too many buttons. Just unhooking that from my chair. Right. I'm going to need the amplifier up. I don't think there's a problem with the caps, but if I've got the right caps, then we may well recap that. But the main issue at the moment is the lack of medium wave, long wave, and a scratchy volume pot. I think the scratchy volume pot was what caused the motorboating to start with. So we can certainly get some squirty in that. So let's get the deoxit down. Hopefully that's not my latest tin. If it is, I'm going to need to order some more of that, which is a bit of a shame because it costs an arm and a leg. Let's give that a bit of deoxit then. Oh. Well, it looks like that's not, it's got some left in it. It's great, isn't it? It's lost its gas. So that can't be my latest one. Let me go and find that a minute. Les, how you doing, mate? Down in Lancet again. You're living down there, Les, you must be. Right, what was I going to try and find then? My deoxit. Oh, I got fader lube anyway. Look, we use the fader lube, the Lubery fader, and I've got the normal one there. Look. Let's hit it with a fader lube. We got the band spread, which is a potentiometer, so we hit that as well. The bass and treble we can't really get to because they're on that weird little board. Yeah, bass and treble are on a separate board there. Probably squirt a little bit in there. And maybe the same. No, I've got some in one of the pots. So you got one in the volume pot, which was the main one. Band spread and treble. So you've got to physically take that board out to spray it in there, which means popping the top panel off and undoing the back nuts. Can I get some in there? I might be able to get a little bit in there actually. It's like a little tiny cutout in the top piece. A load of wires in the way. Yes, we got some in. Okay, next is the knobs, the switches even. How the hell are you supposed to get switch cleaner in there, hacker? What are you thinking? So medium wave and long wave, we can definitely get some switch cleaner down. So moving over to the deoxit for that. Going in the end of the thingamajiggers, jewelry pokerers. Medium wave, long wave, and all the other ones. The only two I can't get into are the short wave ones, really. I wonder if it'll travel down the... Yeah, there's a little tiny cutout in there. Got some coming out onto the face. Let's get rid of that quick before it starts dissolving the writing. Right. That's that. That's a little bit of servicing work done on the main radio. So really you don't need to do the caps in the main radio unless there's something wrong. You know, if you've got poor reception or something like that, or the main issue is the amplifier board. So let's get in and have a look at that. Hanson boys, Lanson Bay. 300 quid's worth of deoxit. Sponsored. It should be really, Joe. Can you put a word in for me? Yeah, it's a bit mad, isn't it? It's crazy. Crazy. Right, I'm back. Whew. So, are we going to have solved the issues, or shall we do the amplifier first? See, it could be that I've got tarnished pins here. These are all tarnished. So that certainly needs a drop of D100 in that. Does look like the amplifier's been out at some stage. Let's investigate the caps. It is working, but it did do a fair bit of the old motorboating, didn't it, to start with? It's no likey. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that undone. Oh, might do. Okay, that's the power supply. This is the board, so let's get the cover off. There is caps in there, but I've never had one go, to be honest. Worth doing them, really, I suppose, being it's going out to the US of A, Chris, isn't it? I don't know if Chris wanted anybody to know that he was going to be having this radio, but that's where it's going. One thing I would say is don't undo those screws there, because they're a pig to get back in again. You can just bend it flat like that. Again, another servicing first from Hacker. Very easy to get to. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 caps in here. So, I mean, we might as well do them if I've got them. So we've got a 150, 1000. Can't see the rest. It depends whether I've got them as axials, because you can't really put normal caps in these because they stand too proud. You've got to put axials in these. You probably could get away with smaller ones, but overall Hey, Mike it lads, how you doing, mate? Never tried Brasso or anything electronic. Right, let's have the last of my water. And I'm on to my skinny premium lager. Oh, bet all I can have on my low carb diet. So cheers, everybody. I'll tell you what, a nice cold lager tastes nice when it's warm. Right, still haven't had my lunch yet, but you know, it's in progress. It's work in progress. Let's lift the leg on all these caps and have a look. Tick Nervosi, welcome. Good drinking. Yeah, it's like compulsory that we've got to have a drink on a Sunday. It's compulsory, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know if you can see how tarnished these connectors are. Let me get you in as close as I can. Can you see how tarnished they are? I think that sort of comes across on the camera, doesn't it? And the ones down here. They're really sort of brown and yucky. If I get my wire brush on them. I think you'll agree that that's a lot better. It's quite a nice brush. This is very soft bristles on it. I can't remember where I got that one now, but yeah, it's a useful wire brush. That the other ones are pretty rubbish. These little ones here, these are pretty rubbish. Very stiff bristles. They bend easily and then not very nice. Don't last 5 minutes. Right, are we up to temperature yet? Let's get that one out of the way. We don't want to melt the battery tray. Making lots of noise, isn't it? Better. Right. I mean, we might leave these in if they're okay. I'm happy to do that one for originality on this one, because it doesn't look like it's led a particularly hard life. It's 3 lifted. 4, and the last one. Get ready for capacitor bingo. Let's lift that one up. What is that sticking on there? Right, that's all our caps off the board now. So we want to see if they're any good. You're from Italy, Tick. Oh, welcome from Italy, mate. You may well be able to find one of these radios over your side of the water. Right, so we're going to have a bit of a game of capacitor bingo now. For those that have participated before, you'll know what this is all about. Basically, we grab hold of one of these caps, we hook it up, And you've got to guess what the ESR is. So the first one I've got hooked up is 1000 microfarads. So we're going to have a guess at that one. That's probably the main filter cap, that one, I suspect, in the amp. Is there a filter cap in the amp? Probably not. That would be in the power supply. So, how are we doing? Icetown people? 1245, 1200, 12. Oh, we're all going high. Tim's going in 1057. 1100, 1284s. We're all up in the 1200s. Could be. Could have gone high. 1346 for Tom. 1350 Ricardo. Dorf, how you doing, mate? 915. What it could be. Could have gone low. If it's had a bit of a hard life, it could have gone low. Bizarre 1155. Russie, how you doing, mate? Knackered. Kaput. You'll notice that some of the channel members have got Super Sovereigns as their icon, which means they've been a supporter of the channel for over 2 years, I believe, isn't it? 24 months. So thank you very much for Russie and Tom and Susie, Russie, and a few others that have got the Super Sovereign. Derek Taffman has it, Super Sovereign. As I say, it's the highest accolade, the highest tier you can get to in Patreons is the Super Sovereigns. Right, are we ready to go? Let's do it. $11.66. Ooh, Bazaar's 11.55. 11.70 for Bob is closer than 11.55. So far it's Bob. It'll be 11.70. Anybody just below that? I think that's Bob. Oh, hang on, 11.61. Dave Rhodes. I think that's, is that Dave or is it? You're not 24, but getting there, Chris. Yeah, nearly, mate. 18 months. I don't know how you did that. How did you pull your membership up like that? Very good. You got the ESR wrong, Bob. Bob pipped it. $11.61 for Dave. Okay, next one then. What's the next one? It's a chunky one there. I think it's a 150 next. Yeah, 150. So that really that can stay, can it? It's what's 20% on 1,000. So this is a 150 now. Yeah, 1,200 would be 20%. So that is in spec, that 1,000. You're gonna quit with your head, Bob. All right, Aaron. How we doing? Bob was 4 out, you were 5. No worries, Dave. And you know my maths is rubbish. We're close though. So we seem to be all up in the 160s, and Tick and Aaron have gone 180. Ricardo's gone 180. We've got a triple 180. Could be, you just don't know, do you? Hey George, how you doing, mate? Yeah, we're just trying to guess the capacitance of this 150 microfarad capacitor. What it's going to read on here, that's all. 180. So yeah, this is the amplifier board, George, for the Hacker Super Sovereign. It did a bit of motorboating when we switched it on initially. I think that was down to a dirty volume pot, to be fair, but we're going to check the caps out in the amp board to see if they're okay to leave in. These radios don't really see a lot of high volume. And it does sound very nice as it is, so it'd be a shame to take them out just for the hell of it, but if we get one that's dodgy, we'll probably end up doing them all, I expect. You're going 270, George. Mick McGinn, how you doing, Mick? 159. Shall we do it? Are we all done? Let's push the button then. $189. That's gone a bit high, that one. That's more than 20%. Anybody have 189? 180. We had a lot of 180s. 188 for Bob. That's got to be Bob again. Bob, you haven't done the double. That's Bob. He's done the double, Bob. 330. Late entry, Rob, but it's a no. He is too high, that one, really. Doubt whether that would make much difference, but it might mean that we're going to need to do a recap on this now. Let's have a look at another one. What's this one here? 47. Can I get onto that one? Yeah, just 47 next then. 47 next. Bob is dick. Can he do the triple? Can he do the triple? Let's get some caps down while we're waiting for that result. So 47 microfarads this time. I mean, back in the day, that would have been perfectly within spec, to be fair, because it would have probably been -10 plus 50%, something like that. So it's not going to be a massive amount of difference, is it? Just looking at my caps now to see what I've got. That's 100. 47s. The only 47s I got are massive. Way too big for that. Oh, I've got some smaller 47s. I've certainly got 47s in the right size. Pardon me, what are these? What are these? .22s, the thousands are massive apart from those. HR rated at 105 degrees, 25 volts. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, that would work. 150. 150 could be a problem. Oh no, I have got a 150. Is that going to be too big? No, we've got 150. What's that one there? 22 we've definitely got. Got a 22. And what's the other one in here? A 100 we've got. So I have got the caps to do them all in axials. What's that saying? That's only 85 degrees, will be the 100 degrees in there. Right, are we ready? Let's do it then. $67.08. $67.08. That one's over as well. Should ideally be 56. 67.8. Tom, that was nearly bang on. It's 0.08 though. So anybody's got 67 dead, they're all 68. 68 is closer to 60 than 67. But 67.8 is closer than 68. I think it's Tom. I think it's Tom. I think that's Tom. Hi Sandra, how are you? Yeah, they are Philips Bazaar, yeah. There's two that are out though, aren't in there. That's the thing. Let's do the next one then. 100 microfarads. 100 microfarads. $100 microfarads. Oh, the dogs are kicking off about something. That's not Mummy home. Yeah, is it? Surely. No. Didn't think it was. Right, how are we doing on our 100 then? Right, Gavin, how are you? 200, Chris. Whoa. Gia, how are you, mate? Jerry Colmy, how are you, mate? Dropped in for a short visit. Welcome. Welcome. Just finishing off my skinny. Still got your 7600 here, Jerry. It is now 2 down the list. I've got Ernest's Pro 80 next, then your 7600, then an SW55. So getting there. The Yaesu and AOR took me a bit longer than I was hoping, but pretty much there with those. Didn't expect to have to drill out the case screws on the AOR and tap them again. That was a bit of a pain. Right, how are we doing? Let's do it. $131. Well, that's got to be a little bit high as well, isn't it? Yeah, obviously 120 would be ideal. So it's gone a bit high, isn't it? Okay, and the very last one then is a 22. All the twos, 22. Eyes down. A 22. A 1,000 and a 150. Let's get these in. While you're doing that, $1,000 and a 150. Want to sneeze? I just managed to mute the mic in time then. I think I'm going to go again though. Can feel it coming. So we're still on the 22, all the twos, 22. I will leave the original caps with the radio, so if anybody wants to put it back to original, they can. If that's your thing. Just popping the new ones in, a couple of them while we're waiting. I do sort of recommend that you change the amplifier caps really in these old radios. They may be okay. They may go on for another 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. But at some stage they are going to fail. If that takes out one of your transistors, that could be an expensive job really. Okay, are we ready for the 22? Let's do it. 31.54. Catch you soon, George. 31.54. Again, that one's gone a bit high, really. So who was closest to 31.54 then? So looking at 31, 32. 32 for Tom. 31 for Mike Atlantis. So 32 is closer than 31. So that would be Tom and Susie, if I'm not wrong, if I'm right. No, I think it's Tom. He's 0.06 closer, I think. Just right. Let's get these other two done. Let's get these other three done even. So say I will include the caps with the radio. That was the 100. Where's 100 gone? There we are. Just bend the legs on these, make it look a bit prettier. Not that you can see it really. You can see the front ones, but not the back ones. I suspect if I tested the new caps, they'd be similar in output to the ones I've taken out, I expect. It's usually the way. But at least, you know, in theory, this should last a bit longer than not having them done. Let's get that one out of the way now. Get off. Leave it alone. There's a bit blobby. Flux on it, just reflow it. Nice. 3 down, 2 to go. So the next one's a. Hang on, I've got them. No, that's right. What was this one? That's 100 as well. Hang on, that was a 47. That was a 47, Graham, not 100, you fool. That was a 47. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. That's the trouble, 2 identical caps, look. Easy done. We want a 47 in there, please. Lucky I spotted that, wasn't it? I'm sure someone spotted it out there. You were going to tell me. You normally do. When I make the usual cock-ups. Try again. Let's put the right cap in this time. Right. Oh, that was a cold solder joint, that one. Strange. Okay. That was a cold solder joint, that one. I'm also betting that this legs don't fit now. Oh yeah, yeah they will. What if I can get my fingers on the thing? Four down, one to go, or 22. Found the leggies on that one as well. Solder them up. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. So none of those caps were what I would really call bad. They would have all gone on for a while yet, I would have thought. You know, they were starting to go high, some of them, but nothing mad. There we are then. One refurbished amp. Good to go. Put them back together. No, two of these had washers, two didn't they? Seems a bit strange, but that's how it was. Just popping the cover back on for a minute. Before I send it out, I will check the quiescent current and midpoint voltage on it just to make sure it's not been twiddled. But for the time being, that should be fine. Our cap's done anyway. Back together. Clean your tip with a wet sponge. I use a brass pad thing. Brassy paddy thing. Rainwater for wetting sponges. What's going on? What's going on with the world? Right, okay. Let's have a look in this one as well while we're here. Just to have a look at the filter cap in the power supply now. Try and remember if you've got to physically take this one off or whether you just undo those two wires. I think from memory this is a pain in the back, so you've got to take the whole thing apart, I think, but how are we doing for time? 4:30. Now, is it these 4 you take out and then the whole lot lifts off, or do I have to undo them? I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've worked on one of these. Yes, there we go. So that's gonna make sure that stays in there. And where's our filter cap? It's in there, look. Is there only one cap in this? No, there is 2. There is 2, but this is the main filter cap. Just across here. Just in there. So is that marked positive on the board? Yes, it is. Right, what is this one then? This is a 470 then. A 470 at 25 volts. So we're going to have a guess at that one. 470, 25 volts. Eyes down looking. Wow. I've got a lot of 470s. Not at that voltage. So we could be looking at 4,747. Could be looking at a radial cap. .35 volts. 25. I got a small 25 volts one. That'll fit in there, to be fair. How are we doing them? I'm still eating my dinner as we go. Right, a bit crunchy there. Here we go then. $5.39, not bad really. Let's try a new one. $4.46. Hasn't formed yet because it said no power on it. Let's just try a different brand. $4.37. So it looks like a brand new one. It's slightly lower, but I suspect once it has power on it, it will form to its proper state. See if I can test the ESR of that other one that's in there in circuit. It might work. .731 microfarads. That's fine. This is the one I'm more concerned about, the filter cap. It is fine, but I'm going to replace it anyway. I'm going to replace it anyway. Let's cut that off. Snippity snip. That was Joe, was it? Crunchy crunch. Twiglets. That's pork scratchings, that is. Doubly sure I got that the right way around. Yes, I have. That one's 105 degree rated as well, low ESR. go in there. I wonder why that wouldn't go in. It's because that damn bit of stuff was in the way. Get a little tiny baby grommet in. There we go. We've got a little label that was on the top. HR3. God knows what that is, but I suppose we better stick it back on, haven't we? HR3. That's me Gorilla Glue gone hard. Let's hope not. Cost about £5 million, so I'm sure it hasn't. No, of course not. I'll do the back of the label as well. Quick bit of crafting while I'm here, you know. Ow. You can use PVA a little bit like Evo stick, you know, impact adhesive. You just let it tack off and then push it together, and it's got quite a good grab. Right. There we are. One reinstated label. Factory. Wood shavings and mixing with super glue. Joe Fennick, how are you, mate? Yeah, it is Gorilla. It's good glue, that. I've got a thing of the other one. All my skinny's gone. No more skinnies in the house. Right, let's hook her back up then. What do you think? Have we cracked? I better put these screws back in. Have we cracked it? Have we cracked it? Have we got motorboat in? Have we got medium wave and long wave back? If we haven't, then we got problems. We need to start looking at transistors. But I very much doubt it. I suspect this radio's probably been left in FM for the last God knows how many years. Keith, how you doing, mate? And thank you, Anonymous, for tipping £6. Thank you very much. Right, let's pop these back on properly, because you can't get to the screws once you put the board back in. So we've cleaned up the contacts. Now I need to make sure I've got this the right way round, so it goes in that way, the board, so they've got to be facing forward like that. So that. Must remember to stick some deoxit in the plugs. So I think I might as well pop it back in its case. I don't know. It's a bit risky, isn't it? Being that we might have to take it apart again, but well, it won't be coming apart again today. But if it doesn't work, then it's going to be a part 2, isn't it? That's the plan. Let's just get the case back up. Got to have confidence in these things. Of course it's going to work, Graham. It's a hacker. It's a super sovereign. It's an amazing radio. So if you've never had one of these, then I would suggest, if you collect radios, that you want to try and get yourself one, really. So it doesn't have to be the MB version. You can just use a normal one. We need to tweak the interstation muting as well. Mutations. Just popping the case back together, bear with me. Turn that desoldering station off and my soldering iron, we don't need those anymore. speaker wires back on before we put the battery tray back in. The battery tray, the amplifier board. Little bit of deoxit 100 just in these connectors. Can get a bad earth on these sometimes that causes some issues. Right, we've got to get the power wired back in. Managed to get deoxit on the handle of my screwdriver now. Number 2. Yeah, it's a need to know basis, Aaron, that is. Need to know basis. I don't think we needed to know. Alright, let's get our little orange one in there. No, don't you come unstranded on me. That one was clamped on the cable before as well. I was lucky that was making connection. And the red one was clamped on the cable as well. Right. Don't think so. I'm getting deoxit everywhere now. It's all leaching out of these connectors because I didn't put them on quick enough. Also, I've got the speaker wires. I've gone through those, but don't want them through there really. Let's put them on again. Forgot to turn my notifications off again, that. Goes on little like drawer runners on this side and this side. Is it going to go in? Are you going to go in? That goes down there for the battery. Goes on there. Okay. Now, this is a dilemma. I've will this go two ways? No, it won't. It'll only go that way, that one. So yeah, it'll only go on that way. This one I think would go both ways. No, that goes that way. Okay. Yeah, they have made it easy for me. Now the little control for interstation muting, I could see just now, but now I can't. Because it's in behind the amplifier. I can just about get in there and turn that, I think. Yeah, okay. Right. Let's have a look, see what we've got. If anything. Let's zoom me back out. Well, that's medium wave.
What is going to be possibly a huge week for him.
Medium wave back. Long wave.
Sequester it, so the guy did say to me, you know, have a look, and I was like, really? You know, but anyway, yeah.
Lots of stuff interfering.
Don't worry, this code has sequestered its toxicity.
Shortwave, well, there's not going to be a lot on shortwave. We might get a bit of China action, maybe. Where do we need to be for China? Let me have a look. Shortwave 1. We need to be down this way a bit. Not giving it a very fair try, really, is it? Because it's not going to be very good in here. Let's have a look at me external aerial. Let's just connect an external aerial up to it. Give it half a fighting chance, shall we? Thanks, Aaron. Let's put the very valuable aerial down. So that's I'm trying to think what we've got as a ground point in here. What's grounded on here? Those screws. Potentially. That sounds like China to me. That's a strong station there, flipping heck. SSB. There you go. Well, she's a worker. She's a worker. Brett, how you doing, mate? The Mark 1 silver shadow of the radio world. Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it? So there we are. That is done. Oh, interstation muting. That was the other thing, wasn't it? Right, let's do that. FM.
Life hacks with Shaniqua and Kat. The show where we help each other.
So that's hash. So let's just move that control. I'll get my hand in here. Come on.
Bit nice.
Well, that's not working. Okay. Well, the interstation muting is not muting. So that's something I'm going to have a look at. That is something I'm going to have a look at, people. I think that might be Mrs. Cruncher home now. Yes, 5 o'clock. So I'm going to call it a day on that. Sorry, it's been a bit of a shorter stream than normal. But as I say, I have got to get my car sorted, otherwise I can't get to work tomorrow. Now what's going on here then? Let me just turn that one off. Okay, I've got to turn that. Yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, so I've turned off the microphone now, so it's always typical, isn't it? But there we are, people. I'm going to call it a day. Mrs. Cruncher is home. I'm sure you can hear Maddie going mad. And I will catch you next week if not before. So bye for now everyone, see you again soon.